Former Big Brother star Tashi Jackson looks barely recognizable a whopping 14 years after she first started evicted from the house during the show's 12th series. The stunner, 35, now known as Natasha Graziano, has jumped the pond and built her own multi-million-pound career in the U.S. as a motivational speaker and podcaster, counting with the likes of Nick Cannon, 44, as friends. Natasha only lasted 4 days in Big Brother back in 2011, in the first series after being rebooted by Channel 5, and after receiving the most nominations from fellow housemates and facing the public vote was met with boos upon her exit. The mother of two is also a best-selling author and, according to Forbes magazine, is the #1 female motivational speaker under 40, and has also featured in Vogue and the New York Times, and a whopping 14 M followers on Instagram, as well as presenting her podcast, Laws of Attraction Secrets. Natasha is also creator of the MBS method, Meditational Behavioral Synchronicity, which claims to help transformation lives through ancient breathing techniques and meditation. However, her rise to the top has not been an easy one, and told Fabulous magazine in 2022 how she and her eldest son Rio, now 7, were left homeless amid her spiraling debts. She told the publication, "It was very hard to admit that I needed any help, but when you are in debt that much, you have so much shame and guilt, and you feel like the world is just shunning you. When I was forced to leave my home because of my spiraling debts, I was forced to sell everything, so I just had 2 suitcases and black bin liners on the back of his buggy." Before adding, "I just went on the street and just prayed. I thought people would never take me seriously. I was really quite suicidal, to be honest." Last week's Celebrity Big Brother contestant Tila Tequila also looked worlds away from her extremely controversial time on the reality show. The former glamour model and reality star, 43, was kicked off the 16th series of Celebrity Big Brother in 2015 after it emerged she previously posed in front of Auschwitz, wearing Nazi gear and claimed to be Hitler or Hitler Reborn. She reportedly begged Channel 5 bosses to let her back into the CBB house by claiming she was high on drugs and severely depressed when she made the shocking comments. In 2021, Perez Hilton shared a bizarre clip of Tequila ranting about resurrection, which he captioned, "This is what she's up to now." Tequila looked a far cry from her modeling days in the clip, with fans speculating that she could be on drugs as she reeled off Bible passages about rising from the dead. Long gone were her fair wavy locks and glitzy ensembles as she sported straight dark tresses and a conservative white blouse. Another snap shared by fans showed Tequila with thin, dark hair and sporting a very modest high-neck white blouse. In 2018, Tequila called out social media users who had been scrutinizing her physical appearance. She wrote, "Meanwhile, I find it hilarious how all the haters have been calling me fat and telling me that God is going to punish me for the things I have been saying and always trying to send curses my way. But God took all your wretched curses and turned them into huge blessings for me instead." Tequila's axing from the 2015 series of CBB, which was also known as Celebrity Big Brother, UK as USA, came after her shockingly offensive posts made in 2013 were unearthed. The posts prompted complaints from hundreds of viewers as well as the campaign against anti-Semitism, and she was removed from the house 1 day after entering. A spokesman for Channel 5 that airs the program said at the time, "Unfortunately, Channel 5 and Endemol did not know about the views and attitudes Tila had expressed in social media postings prior to her involvement in Celebrity Big Brother. The views Tila had expressed and permitted to remain uncorrected are totally unacceptable, and accordingly, her continued involvement in the program was untenable." Speaking to The Sun on Sunday after her axing, she said, "I was doing a lot of drugs and suffering from severe depression. I wasn't well in the head." Tequila strongly denied that she is anti-Semitic at the time, but in a series of online postings, including a blog entitled Why I Sympathize with Hitler Part 1. She described the Nazi leader as a good man who deserved forgiveness. She has since referred to the killing of 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime as the Holocaust. Tequila was then banned from X, then Twitter, the following year after a 24-hour Twitter tirade that began with wishing Adolf Hitler a happy birthday. In a truly shocking rant, Tequila called the Nazi leader her boo, claims to be the reincarnation of the dictator, and posted a photo of herself wearing a Nazi cap, Hitler mustache, and swastika armband.